we had a very, very great star in England called Gertie Miller, who later became Lady Dudley. And this was an enormous theatrical party. When I say enormous, it was about 30 or 40 people. But we were all theatre. And Gertie, who had retired from the stage for 20 years, was sitting on the stairs. And I went to the piano and started to play the Quaker Girl, which is when I was on my 9th birthday, I was taken to see her, the Quaker Girl, and fell in love with her forever because she was marvelous. And I started playing a song called Turn It from America, and everybody had been obliging. Everybody had been singing and doing that a bit. And from the stairs came this voice. She never had a voice. It was a little breathy voice of its own quality, charm beyond words. And it was no longer there, whatever she had of it, but there was enough. And she suddenly sang Turn It from America. And the whole party was in floods of tears. Because this was a bit of nostalgia from the past, which we should never see again. That's what I meant by the first seed of emotion. It comes, we respond to each other. What we don't respond to is a lot of very rich people who don't know what the hell we're doing anyway, and say, aren't they divine? Isn't she wonderful? Yes, my God, and go on.
Court justice, really does.
But if we're among our own people, we'll go on till 6 in the morning. Oh, it's divine. It's more fun. Lena Horne, Kay, Judy, me, Clifton. Oh, that lovely party of Clifton's when we went at it. And Roger Eaton. Oh, fun we had.
And Marilyn Monroe sang.
Yes, she just replied. She was darling.
Was that night in Maxine's in Paris when those creeps were with her?
Well, the creeps disappeared, didn't they?
Yes.
Blew them out, really.
But just for no reason, 3 people found each other in Paris and began. You know what
And this is quite different. But no, what Judy went through at that party in London was that it was perfectly insufferable to demand efficiency at a social party. In the old days, when we were rogues and vagabonds and not received socially, which of course would save us an enormous amount of time, we were bloody well paid, and we would go to a reception, we great stars, whatever we were, if we were Tetrazzini or Noel Coward. That's before my day. And we'd arrive at the party, sometimes shown in by the servants' entrance, that's totally all right, as long as you have somewhere to change, and you sing your song and you get 500 quid for it. That's
I never
all right.
got that. I was taken when I was at Metro before I think I went to Metro when I was 12 years old. And they didn't know what to do with me because they then did not recognize young women of that age. You either were 5 years old or 18, you know, and there was nothing in between. But I was in between. So was little Deanna Durbin. And we were stuck there together, and they didn't know what to do with us. They really didn't. So we just went to school every day and wandered around a lot, you know. And but we were taken to everybody's birthday party. You know, the janitor would have a birthday. We were taken the same. And then, of course, all of the stars, the kind of important stars, would give a dinner party and simply call the casting office and say, bring those two kids. We'd be led in to the servants, by the servants, into the servants' quarters and told to wait. And then at a given time, we were shown into the drawing room, and we had an accompanist. We'd play. They'd give us a dish of ice cream back in the servants' quarters, and I never got 500 quid. That's very bad melted ice cream.
No, but I'm talking about the big stars. The big stars now are on equal terms with society. In those days, in Victorian days, the big stars were common trash. However big the star.
Yes.
There was one wonderful story of this in England. There was a most wonderful man called Corny Grain, who was did songs to the piano, and he was the rage of London. And some tremendously nouveau riche hostess engaged him to appear at her great soiree, and he arrived and was shown into the servants' quarters, the kitchen. And then all the guests were upstairs waiting, and they waited, and they waited, and they waited. And finally the hostess went down to the kitchen and found him doing his entire repertoire to the servants. And then she said, but they're all waiting upstairs. He said, well, they can wait. Thank you very much, and went away. But he didn't entertain the people who'd been polite to him.
Isn't that marvelous?
But now it's all different. Everybody's...
Everybody
Don't you feel
equal.
with certain groups that I'm sure you don't feel this, darling, because you are, quite a different world, actually, now. But I do feel with certain groups that I am still being taken up. Sort of, it's fun with Judy Garland, she's
yes.
fun. And she sings. And they don't have a beat, and they just, but they like to have you around. I'm now talking about the Southampton group, the terribly social group. I'm being, you do feel that you are being sort of a foolish court jester who will be dropped next season, when the next hot property comes along.
And after you've done your number, darling, your numbers to them, and without any rehearsal and no lighting, you will hear somebody say, doesn't she look over?
Oh, fat!
Well, this party Judy was talking about, where she came after the recording, by the grace of God, I was there and was able to play for her. What if I hadn't been there? Would she have just stood up and just sung? I'm sure I was invited to play for her. But we don't ever rehearse a routine. We just are like we are. What if we had just not known anything? It would have been so embarrassing, wouldn't it? I mean, if we hadn't given.
Yes.
Dears, we must bring this fascinating
Yes, you can
conversation
do
to an
it.
end. Because I've got to go and have dinner and go to a work. I've got to go to the theatre. Is that enough? You've got enough?
Because you told me you had to go to the theatre. I think it's enough.
Well, it's very sweet of you, but you've got enough now for a 3-volume novel.
It's going to be rain 3 consecutive issues, and we use them your byline.
I tell you, you'll need 4 consecutive issues.
Oh, darling.
What are you up to, girls, tonight?
Well, what do you want us to be up to?
You come to the play?
You want us to? I'd love to. Would you like to? But let us sit in the back row.
Well, let's call out Coley and see what the seat situation.
9 and 10.
No, he has your same 4 seats, D1, 6, 5.
Oh, come with us.
For every performance.
Good. Come with us tonight.
Let's do that.
Okay, Jude.
They're there.
Fine with me.
Want to come?
Fine, I've got
I've got to go and have lunch, supper, dinner with Grandpa and Grandma.
Great.
And
Sweeney family, Robinson.
the Sweeney family lunch.
so darling.
I didn't see him last night. I was just mad when he came and got her.
Well, now listen, sweetheart. I go to theatre rather early. Coley will get into hot communication with you. You'll be up here, will you?
Fix the question.
Yes. Come on, my darling. Gorgeous grace. Tonight you
Thank
come.
you, darling, and I'll see you tonight.
It really is more novel than something here. It really is.
We need all that much.
Bye-bye. Darling,
I'll be looking for you.
Bye-bye now. Without any trouble. Thank you so much.
Bye, my love.
Bye, darling.
Good night.